I thought there was no better time here in the fall to kind of capture all the fall foliage and the wonderful changing of the leaves, utilizing this amazing color palette of Switzerland for inspiration. Welcome to the Colourarte Autumn Splendor Fall event. That was difficult to say. That was a lot of words. So I hope you'll join me. My name is Tiffany Remijn. Welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Let's see what magic we can create down on the canvas. In my mind, I want to create like a forest floor, and I'm going to use like a phthalo blue mixed with oxide black, and it creates like this beautiful dark ink color that I love. Like, I would prefer this over black any day. And then for the top of the forest, I thought the base would be really suited if I used like an ochre. And then to capture all of the other variations of colors that you would typically find in like fall foliage and the changing of the leaves, Indian summer, whatever it is you call it in your part of the world, I am using a combination of various oranges and yellows and greens and browns and like that, I don't know, that maple leaf color. You know that maple leaf in Canada anyway, that turns like that reddish color. I'm going to use Autumn Moon by Primary Elements to capture that, and I love that color. And as you can see, I'm just going to utilize my blow dryer, and I'm going to blow these colors out. It's not a Dutch pour, it's not a chaos Dutch pour. I think traditionally before Rinske Donna called everything a Dutch pour, that's paint and water, which for me, I used pouring medium and Josonia varnish for the primary elements and some other ingredients, which I will list down in the description box below. But I think they used to call this an air swipe. So I'm going to do an air swipe. I'm going to blow out all the colors into a composition that kind of works, that captures what I kind of said in the introduction of the fall foliage. And you'll eventually see kind of what I do, especially if you've never been to my channel before. So just kind of bear with me, watch as we go. Now, as today is a Colourarte event, let me explain to you exactly how that works. So today will be videos of many artists, all Colourarte affiliates, and full of some awesome prizes. What are the prizes? Well, there's a mega prize, which is a 400 Colourarte shopping spree. All premiering videos listed below will include a hidden clue, which will form a secret phrase. So you're gonna have to watch all the videos, gather the clues, and submit the secret phrase by midnight, October the 28th, using the form found on the Colourarte page. Again, I will be listing all of that in the description below. No need to remember all of that. In addition, though, to the mega prize, there'll be channel prizes. So each channel will have a channel prize determined by Leslie, who's the creator of Colourarte. Each artist will draw a name from those who subscribe to their channel and leave a comment on their premiering video by midnight, October the 28th. Again, all that information is going to be listed below, but I wanted to tell you about it here too, so that you actually know to go look at the description box to see how you can win some of these fabulous prizes that we're giving away today in the Autumn Splendor Fall event. When I blow out the colors though, I don't always achieve kind of the hits of color where I want them. So I just kind of go in, utilizing my aquarium tube. I'll drop a few drops of color here and there and then kind of just blow them out, trying to achieve the composition that I'm looking for. At least that's what I tell myself and what I've created in my mind. Now I'm pretty much almost there. This is kind of final hit of color. And I'm just kind of adding and blowing around. And then I'm just now going to torch it, because if you're familiar with fluid art at all, you know that, mixing paints creates some air bubbles. And then I'm going to clean up the sides and let this dry and head into step 2, the embellishment process. Now, I happen to be doing this in my caravan. We're actually on holiday here in Switzerland. So I had already sketched in what I'm going to embellish on this piece before we left the Netherlands. And now I'm just going to go in with some opaque paint, in this case, titanium white, mixed with a little bit of burnt umber, and color in a little bit of a skin tone. I'm going to do many coats of this until I get like a solid opaque color, and then I'll come in and do some shading and some additional embellishments. This is not a difficult process, it just is time consuming, and to be honest, it takes me a few hours, especially when you're utilizing such a dark color as a base. You can do multiple coats in order to kind of cover up that dark inky color. hardest part though about embellishing a pour, at least the way that I do it, is kind of coming in where you think the face meets the pour. So I really take my time trying to follow the natural lines and curves of the actual pour itself. So it looks like kind of a seamless integration so that it actually really is the top of her head. Now on to the next stage of the embellishment. I'm going to lay out some parchment paper. I'm going to use some Moon Rocks by Colourarte. This is like my new fave. Yeah, I love them. And this one happens to be Pirate's Booty. So how I apply that, I take some gel medium. Yeah, pretty simple. From Amsterdam is the brand I use. I'm sure you could use any brand you wanted to. I'm going to dump all of these out on the parchment paper because you'll note that some of them are thicker than others. Here, let me kind of show you. Let me root through here and try to find one to just give you a comparison. So here we go. This one's really thick. And then I'll grab another one that's sort of thinner so you can kind of see the difference. Sorry, the camera is not so great at picking that up. But it's really simple, and you can split these and they can go a lot farther just with a paring knife. So I'd be a little bit careful when using a paring knife. I don't know about you, but I can be kind of clumsy. But they come apart really, really easy. So just kind of watch your fingers, and then you just kind of pry them apart, and they'll go a lot farther than the original package. Plus, you don't want them so thick and so heavy on the canvas anyway. And then you'll see inside you get these beautiful color variations, which I love just as well. So I'm going to spend some time. I'm going to go through this whole stack, pull out the thick ones, because I've made the mistake and not done this ahead of time before. And then it just really slows down the process because this is time consuming. I'm just going to pencil sketch kind of where I want the top of the dress to be, just to kind of give myself a reference line, A, so it's even on both sides of her arm, and B, because I could go overboard with these things. I love them so much. I would swear to God I'd put an entire canvas. I'm sure I would. I'd just cover them in Moon Rocks. Now I'm just going to take that Amsterdam gel medium. I'm going to spread it in an area that I want to touch the Moon Rocks. I'm kind of careful though. The gel medium dries pretty quick, so I only want to do one section at a time just so that it's also not overwhelming and I feel rushed. I tend to get that way. So I just do one small section at a time, then I'll apply the Moon Rocks, and then I'm just going to, keep going from there. Now, the reason why I kind of want to keep this section small too is so that I can make sure that as I'm rooting through the pile of all the different mica flakes, I can kind of get a whole variation of color throughout the entire dress. I don't want like big globs of gold together and then the browns together. I kind of want it like sequency, like the lights reflecting off of it in different areas. I don't know. I just want a variation of color. How's that? And we'll just leave it at that. Then once I get all of the Moon Rocks attached, I go over top of them with gel medium. And not only does that help kind of adhere them, all together, but it also makes them come alive, which is really, really cool. So when you paint over them with the gel medium, all of a sudden the colors become much more rich and vibrant and really, really spectacular. Having said that though, I would then caution you that when you go to use Mica Flakes, maybe for the very first time, especially like a particular color, I would test them first. I would put some gel medium on them just to make sure that once that richness of color, vibrancy comes out, that they're the color you're actually looking for. I've had it before where they've tried to change it a little bit more than what I anticipated. But then again, I've just gone over them with like a translucent paint of whatever color I'm trying to tone it down with or bring it up. And that seems to work really, really well with these. And now it's time for the lip. I'm going to come in with like a darker brown and kind of just do like a outline of the lip, like kind of like a lip liner, and then color it in just to bring it some richness and some depth. And then I'm going to show you the colors that I've saved. So this is what I said, Autumn Moon. I love, 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 love this color. And this one's Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold mixed with Ginger Snap. And then this one is my favorite, Golden Poppy. I use it all the time. And then when it comes to lip and coloring it in, I just do like I do the skin tone, layer upon layer of the variation of colors. And then in between every layer drying, I just come in and kind of outline her features of her body. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I stop when I feel that I've completed and got the richness of the color I wanted. Here she is, all complete. This was the colors I was trying to capture in her blown out bouquet of a head. Shouldn't probably call it a bouquet. It is fall, so I don't know, leaves, tree. And then here was the underneath of the forest ground. all like dark and inky, like the shadows. And then of course her beautiful dress in all the moon rocks. Again, it's my favorite time of year. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this. And hopefully you caught Leslie's video before me. Coming up after me is Saskia Smit. She's local here in the Netherlands. She's actually a true Dutchie. I'm not a Dutchie. I'm married to a Dutchman. I'm gonna give you a quick close-up so that you can really see what this looks like. I thought it best to kind of give you a close-up, you know, inside. So there's the autumn moon, that pretty pinkish reddish color, and then the orange, that golden poppy. Oh my God, I love that color too. So yeah, this is her. I'm just gonna give you a little bit more of a flyover, and then I'll go outside and show you the dress. So here's her dress as the sun just kind of glistens off the moon. See if I can get you in for a close-up. You got to see this. This is absolutely spectacular. I don't think I can probably capture or give it justice because the sun is just glistening off of this, but I'm going to try to capture it as best I can. And all the colors that I used today are down in the description box below, and along with my Colourarte affiliate code, so you can get 20% off all the primary elements, prism pour, and of course fabulous moon rocks, aka Mica Flakes. I will see you in the chat on Saskia's video, and then of course there's a whole slew of Colourarte affiliates coming up after that. Regardless, I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now.